Hello everyone, David here, MixBest TV. Hope you guys are having a great day. In this new episode of What the Heck is Going On in the Music Industry, Recording Academy CEO and President Harvey Mason Jr. says that now AI music will be eligible for Grammys, but only humans will be awarded. The Recording Academy CEO explained the bar of eligibility set for the new rule, which includes the requirement of meaningful human contribution. Now, before going down and reading the rest of the article, this is one of those things that as soon as I read the title and the brief subtitle must include meaningful human contribution to be eligible, I immediately think, how are you going to enforce it? What do you know? How do you know? How would anybody know? I can make a piece of music right here, just input a prompt and let the AI do everything else. Go to ChatGPT, ask for a bunch of lyrics, and have one of the AI vocalists singing it. Is that enough human contribution? I just typed a couple of prompts. I don't think so. But then, who knows? How would anybody know? I can say, yeah, I wrote the lyrics, or I wrote this melody, or I whatever, and I just used AI for 35% of things. Like, it's impossible to enforce. Now, again, I didn't read the article, so I'm gonna go down and maybe there's more to it, but I think it has opened the doors for an absolute mess. But at the same time, with AI music, and again, let me know what you think about AI music and what's going to be the future. With AI music, the truth is no category is safe anymore, because the same way you can't prove whether or not you did contribute more than the AI, it goes the same for any other category for the Grammys. I mean, they just added a category, but I could write a pop song, or whatever, the label could write a pop song just using AI 100%, and then it could win, and nobody would know. How do you know? There's not a watermark on AI music. So this is very, very, very messy. So far, all the AI piece of music that I heard are a piece of something else more than music. But this will probably change, soon enough, maybe in the next 5 years or something. Let's keep the video on subject and let's see what else is being said about this new category. The Grammy Awards are getting ahead of the curve when it comes to dealing with artificial intelligence in the music industry. A change to the ceremonies guideline last month opened the door for music created with AI to be eligible for awards. However, a work that contains no human authorship is not eligible in any category according to the rules. Again, it's impossible to prove or disprove in any category. That's the problem. Here's the super easy headline statement. AI or music that contains AI created elements is absolutely eligible for entry and for consideration for Grammy nomination, period. These are the words of President Harvey Mason Jr. So it's kind of confrontational with a period at the end. I think he knows that this is gonna be controversial, and he's already letting everybody know that they're not gonna move from this. Is a done deal, decision made, and that's it. That's that period at the end. What's not going to happen is we are not going to give a Grammy or Grammy nomination to the AI portion. Mason told Associated Press, as long as the human is contributing in a more than de minimis amount, which to us means a meaningful way, they are and will always be considered for a nomination or win. These are not rules. That's not a rule. This is so generic. It is so generic. As long as the human is contributing in a more than the minimis amount. So meaning you're just typing the prompt. That would be the minimum, which to us means a meaningful way. They are and will be always considered for a nomination or a win. So, I mean, I understand, and it's admirable that they are trying to make sure that, of course, the computer doesn't replace the human. The problem here is, again, it's borderline. I don't even know if it's borderline. I think it's plain impossible to prove, disprove. There's no regulation, and you just have to go with what the artist says, and you know, if he did contribute in a meaningful way or not. That's the truth. The Recording Academy has considered various approaches to the recent industry craze, particularly through research and information tech summits. This has apparently helped them set stronger parameters around the new rule for performance songwriting and composition category. For example, if the lead vocal of a record are performed through an AI program or program that allow for voice modeling, it would be ineligible in a performance category, but eligible in a songwriting category because that's where there was the most significant human contribution. Again, they are trying to be fair. They come from, I think, a place of fairness by setting these rules. At the same time, yeah, I understand, like, that's, everybody would agree. If an AI performs the lead vocal, you shouldn't give them the award for best performance. That's basic decency, I want to say at this point. But you can, it is eligible for the songwriting category. You assume, though, that the human wrote the part, the melody, the lyrics, which again, it's impossible to know. It is impossible to know. And also, I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan of seeing a song, even if a human wrote it, right? Let's say, like, let's believe him. The human wrote the music, wrote the melody, wrote the top line, wrote the lyrics. And then it gets an AI generated voice or voice modeling to perform it, record it, submit it to the Grammy, wins top of the pop. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, seriously, you can't get a human being to sing it? What's the point? What is the point? Like, I understand the novelty, right? Just to make news, shock value. This year, the song performed by an AI singer won. Okay, it's cool for 1 year, for shits and giggles. And actually, it's not really cool. I don't like it. Because what about rewarding talent? What's wrong with rewarding real singers? Why do you have to pick the one song performed by an AI? Of course, it's not going to be in the performance category, but still, it's kind of shitty. Sorry. So I'm not a fan of it. Even if, again, they are trying their best to be fair, I don't get it. Conversely, if a song was sung by an actual human in the studio and they did all the performing, but AI wrote the lyric or the track, the song would not be eligible in a composition or a songwriting category, Mason explained. So it would be still eligible for best performance. For some reason, this makes me less mad. At the same time, you know, if I think about it, it's the same freaking thing. Because, like, come on. There's thousands of musicians, talented musicians out there. There's thousands of talented, unknown musicians out there. And they are unknown because the music industry is full of gatekeepers. That's a freaking truth. I don't care anymore, to be politically correct. I'm way over that. So it is true. It's because of that. Like, yeah, of course, there's a bunch of, you know, people who think they're talented and they're not. And everybody screams, oh, they are, you know, gatekeeping me. But in many cases, that's not true. There's a lot of people who think they have talent and they don't. But there's a lot of people, they have talent and they are stonewalled, and that's the truth. So the fact that AI music is here and it's happening, it doesn't automatically means that it has to be entered in the Grammys. It has to be, why don't we do an AI Grammy then? How long until the main categories will be contaminated with the AI? Probably they already are. Probably they have been for the past 2 years. We don't know. And we will never know. That's the problem. It's impossible to enforce this. Do an AI Grammy. I'm pretty sure there's, I'm gonna say something bad, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more people watching the AI Grammy show than the actual Grammy, which hasn't been going that well, like rating wise, because it's a novelty, because, you know, it maybe be funny or whatever, but I don't understand why you have to bring this in. Like, it wouldn't be hard to say, nope, Grammys are for human beings, you know, and that's it, period, without doing all this. feel like this is kind of a push by major labels. Because I might read too much into it, but that first line is absolutely eligible for entry and for consideration for Grammy nomination, period. That, I don't know, it just has something about that. And it feels like major labels, they know they're gonna use AI, they know the AI would cut costs and would take the power away from musicians, songwriters, and people who actually have power, because let's face it, a good song is still a good song. By using AI, they kind of take some of the power away. And even if right now is ridiculous, AI music or anything around it. And I've seen some pretty advanced tech that has not been released yet, and it's not like for the general public, and I'm still not impressed. We're still not there. But I know like eventually, maybe in 10 years from now, it will get better. It ain't gonna get worse. Any major technological advancement, let's put it this way, it's not really meant to be accepted by this generation or the next one. It's meant for the future generations who will be born into it. Just like MP3s and online streaming, our fathers, they knew cassettes and vinyls, right? The new generation, they don't know what they are. I mean, very few, because there's like a little bit of nostalgia, but you understand what I mean. The new generation is born into digital music. There's no physical CD, there's no vinyl, there's no cassettes, there's nothing, right? So they don't know any better. So I think the AI music and the rules around it are meant for the next generations, which they will be born into it and they will not even know. Of course, this is like a little more far down the future, like let's say 20, probably 30 years, if not more. But if this doesn't stop or it doesn't get regulated in some way, and I think it's kind of too late already, what's going to happen is they probably won't even know that there was a time where music was written and performed by humans. That's scary. We don't want to see technology replace human creativity, he added. We want to make sure technology is enhancing, embellishing, or additive to human creativity. Again, I don't see the need for it. Humans can enhance, embellish, or add to other people's creativity. That's how it's been done for a long time, and that's how the best music in the history was created. Here's the problem. I don't have anything about AI being used as an enhancement. The problem is we know humankind by now. Humans abuse tools, and they use them in the wrong way. They use them how they are not intended to, and they just fuck up because of that. Many times we've seen that the good that a certain tool would bring if used correctly gets swallowed by the bad of human beings using that tool in the wrong way or abusing that tool. So the balance is kind of off. And I think with AI in general, not just music, this is what is going to happen. Many people that are way smarter than me warned us about this and nobody listened. And I think we're kind of a little bit too late. But yeah, the problem is the off-label use, the abuse, and the fact that there's no legislation right now. The only way that these rules could be enforced would be if any piece of AI music, whether it's on a piece of arrangement or a melody or whatever that is, had a tag, could be actually proved that it came from an AI, which it's impossible. So because of these rules are completely impossible to enforce. Unless I'm missing something, let me know in the comments down below, of course. The last part says, for Mason, it was also essential to update these rules during this award cycle because of AI's rapid growth in the industry. He isn't just preparing for the future, he's getting ready to manage what's already here. I believe we could see AI participating in a song that is in our process this year or next year. So again, this smells like big labels are using AI, are going to use AI, probably have used AI already. And of course, The industry is a big family. Again, I keep repeating myself. You can't enforce the rules. You can't prove anything. You can't prove how much a song has been written, arranged by a human being versus an AI. And that's kind of sad. But anyway, from now on, AI music will be accepted at the Grammys. So let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you like this video, let me know in the comments down below. Use their super thanks, support the channel, become a member and all that. Stay safe. Thank you for watching. See you next time.
Hands on my neck, hands grip my throat, lift me up.